Hey everybody, this is Stacy with SF Johnson Consulting and Construction Services. And in this video, I am going to show you, or we're going to go through together, the takeoff for this demo. This is, I don't even know what it is, but my job is to show you the proper procedure on, first of all, how to do takeoffs. And I would like to invite you to take one of our workshops. And on our workshops, or during our workshops, it's a 2-day workshop, and now they are on Saturdays, where we will go over the 3 steps, and I will ingrain that into your brain. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And if you have a halfway decent takeoff software, you'll be able to get everything together. Now, step 1 is always the takeoff and knowing what you're looking at. So if you don't know what you're looking at, if you're a YouTube subscriber, sign up with us at education@sfjohnsonconsulting.com. We have some free basic classes to show you how to navigate through a set of plans. So sign up. I'll let you know when the days are, and then you can sign up at that time. So step 1 is always the good, making sure you understand what you're looking at and what the takeoff, which is the technical term for the measurements. And in this series of videos, which will be today, Thursday, March the 21st, look for a series of videos where I like to start from beginning to end. So beginning is always the demolition. This is a renovation of something. By the end of video 5, you'll know exactly what it is, and I will too. When you're an expert, doesn't really matter. People say, oh, can you give me a set, an estimate for this or that or something else. A set of plans is a set of plans. And if you know how to read a set of plans and you have a good takeoff software, you'll be able to put together any estimate. And over time, if you do enough of them, as in like I have for 15 years, you begin to see all the quirks, and you begin to understand what everything is, and be able to put it together and produce winning numbers. Okay, the more you bid, the more you're gonna win. And so you just wanna bid as many projects as you can, and that brings one thing to mind. I have a few clients that have, I always get it backwards, and I had it too nationwide, Construct Connect, where you purchase projects and you bid on them. It's a great source of contacts and projects, but they charge a lot, which they should, because if you're successful, you could become a millionaire within a year if you know what you're doing and you're successful. But a lot of the people they sell it to, or who it's tailored to, are self-performers that really don't have the time to go in there and look through the projects, know which ones you should bid. And if you're new at it, you don't even know what you're looking at in the first place. And then you hire somebody like me to, 1, do all of your estimates, unlimited, so you don't have to pay me per project. It's a nice price where we both agree and that you can afford. 2, I know how to navigate through the site. I know which projects you bid on first, second, third. I know how to navigate through the idiosyncrasies of general contractors, which tends to be a lot. And we are successful. And as we do it, if you're new to it, like one of my newest clients, he just got into the business, and the GC's just doing some asking and doing some really, if you've even had a years of intense experience doing this, you would have known that GC's full of it. And so it's more of a shame on the GC, not the new contractor who's starting this business trusting the GC that's been in business for so long. So that's the first rule of construction, is you never trust. You never go by trust. Okay, you trust your family, you trust your husband, your wife, maybe, hopefully. You trust God, that's who you trust. But general contractors' trust should be in writing, and that's called a contract. So let's get started. So what are we looking at? Step 1 is what we're doing right now. Step 2 and step 3 are with you and me privately on one of our member spaces, $14.99 something a month, 99 whatever. For the wealth of knowledge that you receive, it's 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 nothing. Okay. So what are we looking at here? You want to always see they're giving us pictures, so that's kind of nice because you see the pictures, and say for instance, if you have to remove something on walls or on the ceiling finish, you can see that the ceiling has this contour, and you know, and you can measure that. I don't know if these are to scale. They're most likely not. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's nice to have pictures, real pictures. Okay, so anytime you're looking at anything, oh, and it's showing us, okay, that corresponds to in here. I'm not sure. It should. Okay, so what I do is real simple. Start with number 1, work my way down. I've already printed a hard copy of the keynotes, the demolition keynotes. And so you just start from the beginning and work your way down. Existing wall and ceiling paint finishes to remain throughout. GC prep walls for new blocking where new wall fixtures are located. Refer to fixture plan. Okay, so a couple of things there in terms of cost. And I'll just stop right here. And I'm going to try to take notes and give you times. Okay, so at 7:23, and to it, when you are demoing, prepping walls, okay, prepping walls, anytime you're the sub that's doing the demo, it is assumed that all of the walls, you know, the walls are existing, so you never know what was in there previous to. So it's always assumed that you're gonna prep those walls, okay? And so you need to do a couple of things. You need to measure how many, or get as best you can, a measure of how many square feet of wall we're talking about, okay? So we're prepping the walls for new blocking, but you know, I don't know existing wall and ceiling paint finishes to remain throughout. Okay, so so that tells me, if it didn't say that, then that tells me I gotta prep everything. Okay, so that limits a lot. So I'm only prepping walls where the blocking's gonna go, and I'll get down to the fixture plan, but the one should tell me. Okay, so it's pretty much in everywhere. So let's go through and find the fixture plan. Fixture plan, all right. Blocking is 1. Okay, so in this case, I need to, everywhere there's a 1, I need to measure how many linear feet. Okay, so let's do that first because there's 2 costs in that. So the scale is, that's why this demo stuff. So when you take the workshop, I'm going to be telling you what to look for in your takeoff. But basically, your takeoff is your measurements. And so what does blocking look like? Typically, if we're going to, there should be some details in the specification. Okay, but we can assume a whole bunch of stuff, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to assume that the blocking is a 2x6 thick piece of stud that we're going to attach whatever's going on the wall. And now, is it along you know, down the distance, the vertical distance of the wall? Is it like, see, that's very difficult because we could be doing blocking this way down vertically. So one at 10 feet, one at, if we're doing it every 2 feet, you know, one at 8 feet. going this way, or depending on what we're mounting, and there will be some details in the fixture details, the fixture details to tell me, right here actually. So I'm gonna look at, see, that's why it's so crucial that you know how to read a set of plans, because this is the first time I'm looking at them, but I know exactly where to go, what to do. If you're new at it, or somebody just gives you this, like in the case of one of my subs, somebody just gives you this and says, okay, here's the plans, and you're gonna do the job for $50,000 or $10,000, whatever it is. That's not the way you do stuff. Okay, so you gotta be able to read the plan. So in the workshop, I'm gonna show you how to, just what we're talking about now, but in great detail. You'll receive the man-hour calculator. So whatever the scope of work is, you'll have a Excel spreadsheet where you'll input how many linear feet, square feet, or whatever you're doing, and it'll kick out how many man-hours it should take you based on construction industry standards. So that's what we always want. Okay, so let's go back to the first page, because I said demo. Okay, that this was a demo estimate. And it's dawning on me, number one, it's not demo. Okay, they want the demo contractor to do this, but that's not demo. Demo is removing stuff and capping stuff. Okay, so everything's to remain, but I just have to prep the wall. So that's gonna be another part of my framing drywall scope of work, not the demo. So I'm not even gonna put it on my demo estimate. So we're gonna look through, and that's the case. It's like, okay, let me look through here in the interest of time, stop wasting my time, and see what's demo. Okay, so 2, door to remain, but I have to refinish it. That's part of my painting scope of work. Existing lights to remain, and it doesn't even say, to remain and see if they work. All right, here we go. Existing cabinet sink removed, prep for new sink and shelving, for the fixture plan and interior elevation. So the only part of the demo is to remove the sink and prep for the new sink and shelving. So, yeah, let's see where we have a 4. So it should be pointing to a piece of plumbing. Oh, there's a 5. 4, that's the shelving, fixture, cabinet sink removed. Okay. So there must be a sink in here. You see, very not detailed plan. So I have to assume there's a sink in there somewhere. And anytime you remove a plumbing fixture, you got to make sure you cap the line. So when they replace it, right, they uncap it and they do the work. Okay, that's 4. So not very detailed. So I would give something like that an hour of demo time, just in general, because we don't know what it is until we win the contract and we do a walkthrough. So for all of the new people, that bid. And I'll say it again, I'll say it a million times, you should have really 4 layers: residential, commercial, government, and service contracts. And so the only way to do all of that is to know how to look at a set of plans and measure what you need to measure and come up with a cost for that in a way that you feel confident that you know what you're doing, and you do know what you're doing, and you will make money. And you have a methodology that you use every time, okay? And that's what I try to show my clients. It's like, look, once we have the first class and you're paying attention, you should just be able to start, because it's this, and you work and you learn best estimating just by doing them. So we can talk about it forever, but until you get in there, look at the plans, you already have estimates that I've done. So it's not like, oh, I don't even know what it should be. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of the videos. Every video that you buy of our study videos, I've already done all of that stuff and walked you through everything that I found that was stupid, wrong, or great. Sometimes that's the case. All right, so here we get to removing some walls here. All right, so in 5, we have to remove fixtures, shelves, and furnishings within the space, okay? So, but what don't we have within the space? Fixtures, that looks like a sink, so this looks like that was a bathroom. So a toilet and a bathroom needs to be replaced and patch all of the walls. So let me see what it says again. Walls, fixtures, shelves, furnishing, Okay, you know, they're trying to get it on the cheap, but, you know, as far as patching, I'm just gonna measure how many linear feet of the entire interior wall, remove those 2. And fixtures, I don't know what else is there. Are there grab bars there? I'm sure there are, like the paper dispenser, you know. Is it tile? Is it just paint? You know, FRP on the walls. So all of that is time specific, so which means I'm gonna spend more time or less time demoing it. So I need to know what it is. So you're gonna, you know, I would say those would be a whole lot of request for information. What's on the wall in the bathroom? So you can determine more accurately your cost to demo whatever's there. So let's see what 12. Remove door. See, they as far as quality of plans, see, you want to see a lot of detail. You want to see a lot of numbers, a lot of stuff. They say remove the door. I mean, the symbol for demo are broken lines like this. So why didn't whoever designed your plan, you know, I don't understand that. Everybody wants to do everything on the cheap, see? And when you're talking about construction, I don't believe in that. Doing stuff cheap. All right, so that's that. Let's see where 6 is. All right, remove this wall, and I don't know what that we would call that a wall, just a wall. Curtain and rod. So because this is such a bad set of plans, are we removing that too? Bad set of plans. All right, so next. Hanging pipes mounted to the ceiling, 7. Okay, so we're not gonna go any farther because hanging pipes mounted to the ceiling. Okay, look, this is really the only thing that we're given enough detail to actually measure. That's nice. Okay, 1, 5, and 9. 5, well, picture stem, so we don't know. We have to give it. You know, with this one, actually, attachment pair, and it's 9. Going to remain. Okay, that's easy. GC the sand throughout and prep and new finish. Okay. That's easy, so we can just do a square foot. Is that everywhere? That's like the best thing we have here as far as that's detail we can come up with. But removing fixtures and whatever, I would just measure how many square feet of that area we have and just give it a generic amount per square foot to basically gut. We have in the cost book, there's a cost to gut down to the studs. And we're not doing that, but we're doing close to it. So, you know, you'd have to use your imagination and what you come up with. So I'd say maybe half the cost to gut to the studs, because we're pretty much gutting everything, fixtures, and so that's a number you can probably start with. If you have a good cost book, tools are everything in construction. People that are getting the calls from the GCs and not even that much. The people that are getting fair amounts for the work that they're doing have the tools, the accurate tools, or whether we're talking about a cost book to help us determine how many man hours, how long the job should take, so we can know how long we should be messing with these people, not forever. Very important that your GC have their numbers right. You see a construction schedule, and I'm going to redo that video because that was very popular. I had a typical construction schedule for a Popeyes, and it showed everything from beginning to end and what the process should flow into, what trades, first, second, third, inspections, all that stuff, how it should flow. Okay, so we'll redo that one. But what I want you to do is think about taking a workshop. Now, they're on Saturdays. I just try to flow with it because I can't really make set days. I can, for a particular class. We have classes all week, and it's really just based on my availability, really, and the availability of the contractors. Okay, when are you available? And if that spot's taken, then I don't give it to somebody else, even if they keep missing their class, which tends to be the case. But the beauty of what I do is that we can take our time and discuss this stuff as friends and co-workers almost, and really partners, because a lot of people, I'm helping them in a lot of administrative ways, because some of us are good at some things, and some of us are good at other things. And then some of us are good at a lot of things. And I'm good at a lot of things. And my experience as a claims adjuster for 10 years, in construction, I know the admin part, and and how they try to always keep all the money, which is their job. It's their job to keep all the money. But it's your job to make sure how much money you're supposed to get and get it, or don't do the job. And it's your job to make sure you get a contract going, okay? Because you want to always feel the love, you know what I'm saying? Always. So for the few of you that complain, oh, I can't hear for the music, I got a bunch of buttons now. Not the same, but it's all right. Okay, so getting into this, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Stacy Johnson, owner and operator of SF Johnson Consulting and Construction Services, which something I've been doing now for 15 years. And the beauty of self-employment is that you can work hard, or you can work in a way where you feel fulfilled, your family's happy, and you're still making enough money to do very well. And that's kind of how I've been living, and that's how I like to continue to live. But I didn't realize that over the 15 years, I learned so much that I've really just given back to my clients, and maybe not necessarily people like me. So that's what I'm really focusing on a lot for the remainder of this career that I have left, is to help women-owned firms, minority firms, and firms that have just started. Because if you can last in construction 2 years, you're doing good with the way things are, and I have so many resources that I can lead you to if I can't give them myself. So 15 years of doing this, 10 years before that, a construction defect litigation adjuster, a regular adjuster, and worked my way up to that. And thanks to George Bush, I was able to become self-employed. And there's nothing I've enjoyed more. And So, from estimating, OSHA, project management, teaching all that stuff, helping with that, helping you navigate your new business as a construction firm, because there's so many aspects. And most of the clients I have are self-performers. So back to, if you have that Construct Connect, call me, email me, because you need to work the hell out of that, and it'll make you a lot of money if you know what you're doing, you have the resources, and I have access. If you have over 6 months in the business, construction business, I have a contact for you that will definitely help you get the money you need to survive through the project, you know? So all of that available at sfjohnsonconsulting.com. This is Stacy. You know that I love you, and let's go.